So good morning, everyone, and welcome to our first, actually not our first, our fourth virtual cafe for women entrepreneurs. I know some of you have been in some of the other sessions, and we will be expecting a few more folks today. For those I haven't met personally, my name's Carrie Ramsey, and I'm the project manager for the We Can project, which stands for Women Entrepreneurs Can. And this project is led by Queen's University and is funded by FedDev Ontario. So I know some of you have been a part of some of our programs and services, but not all of you are from the Kingston region. So we're looking forward today to hearing from some folks as to where you're from. And today, the theme of today's virtual cafe is really pitching our businesses and learning a little bit more. So before I get into that, I do want to take a moment to acknowledge that I'm connecting to this virtual cafe from Belleville, Ontario, which is the traditional First Nations territory of the Huron, the Anishinaabe, and the Haudenosaunee peoples. And if you're ever curious as to where your traditional territory is, in other words, you can find out where you live and what First Nations peoples were there before all of us. You can go to native-land.ca. That's for the Canadians in the group. And so I am a student of Indigenous culture at the moment, just learning all that I can. And certainly with the Truth and Reconciliation movement, this has really been an awakening for me and many others. I attended the Let's Talk Kingston Indigenous panel a few weeks ago, maybe just a couple of weeks ago. I know some of you were on that call. And for me, as a woman of white privilege, I try to spend time learning and listening. And that's my role right now. And also acknowledging the incredible cultural heritage that my family and I get to enjoy in our region. So I hope that you'll take some time to find out a little bit more about your own. So today's virtual cafe, as I mentioned, is all about finding out a little bit more about your businesses. We have a group from probably a diverse cross-section of the country and the world. I know we were chatting with Naomi earlier, Naomi's from the UK. There may be others of you who are from outside the region. So I think that I'm continuing to let people in from the waiting room, so I'll continue to do that. So there's no one expert in the room today, as tends to be with our workshops, but we do encourage as many of you as possible to participate, to share a 1 minute, and I'll be timing, a 1 minute pitch about your business. And if the word pitch is too scary for you, because sometimes that has connotations, just think of it as a 1 minute share, like a sharing about what you do and what is the name of your business, etc. And then by all means, drop a note into the chat and share with us your website or your Facebook page or whatever it is that you like to send people to. Because this, the We Can project is meant to equip and empower women entrepreneurs. It is also meant to bring us together as a community to learn more, to network and support each other. So it's great to have you all on. I see Megan's in the room, Megan Hamilton. So some of you may be aware she did a workshop for We Can a couple months ago about elevator pitch your way to success. Well, today is a great chance to practice what you might have learned in that session. But if you weren't a part of it, don't worry. Just tell us in 1 minute or less what it is you do and maybe why you do it. So we'll get started. If you would like to participate, and not everyone has to participate today, drop a note into the chat so that I know that you're interested in taking part. And that way I can kind of call on you and we can get to as many as possible today. I think we have a good sized group that we should be able to touch on all the businesses. Aileen, you're up first, by the way. So I'm going to just get my phone out here so that I can do a quick stopwatch set on here. There we go. All right, so thank you to all of these. And again, you don't have to participate today, but I'd encourage you to. And even if you watch 2 or 3 and then you get up the courage to do it, that'd be awesome. The other component of this is if you would like to provide some compliments, some high fives, please do so in the chat once these individuals have presented. If you have a constructive criticism, you can go to the chat and go to their private message, So, you can send a message to everyone in chat, or you could do it privately. I'd suggest that you send that to them privately if you'd like. But I will challenge you not to send any constructive criticism until you have done your own pitch. Because here's the thing, sometimes it's easy to say, oh, I would have done that differently. And then you do it and you're like, oh my gosh, I had no breath. I was feeling, so sometimes it helps to go first also, and then you can get more of an insight. Anyways, I know many of you have done this a lot of times. We're very interested in learning from you today. So without further ado, I don't want to take any more time. Aileen is going to go first. And so go ahead. You should be all able to unmute yourselves. However, if you're not speaking right now, if you could just mute yourselves, that might be a good idea to avoid any distortion. All right, Aileen, whenever you're ready. And then I'm going to go like this. Can you see me, everybody? I'll just do this when you've got like 10 seconds left, and then I'll give you a thumbs up and thank you at 1 minute. All right, Aileen, whenever you're ready.
Hi, good morning, everybody. Great to be here, and thank you, Carrie, for hosting. It's nice to be at another virtual cafe. My name is Aileen Edwards, and my company is AIM Consulting. I am a human resources executive with many years of extensive experience working in large organizations in both unionized and non-unionized environments. But I'm also an executive coach, and my pride and joy is meeting people and coaching people. I did a post yesterday that it says what I do personally and professionally. Coaching is unlocking people's potential to maximize their own performance. It's more about helping others help themselves and learn how to do that instead of teaching them. So with me, coaching people is what I like to do. So you can reach out to me at AIM Consulting. I'll post it in the chat, and that's me.
Awesome, well timed. You still had 10 seconds to go, Aileen. Wow, that's yeah, well done. Fantastic.
Thanks to Megan. Thanks to Megan for that elevator pitch session.
There you go, Megan. That make you feel good. Oh, that's awesome. I will mention as well, Aileen is, as she mentioned, a business coach. We have a Fusion 2020 event coming up on November 24th that I hope you'll all be a part of. I'll try to drop a link in the chat. It is basically celebrating women of color in the greater Kingston region and the businesses they own. I'm going to give you an inside track. We are going to be announcing that day a new coaching program, a one-on-one coaching program for 16 women of color. And Aileen is one of our coaches who's going to be providing that. So that's a little inside track. We haven't even announced that yet to the rest of the world, but you got the inside.
Very exciting.
Yes, can't wait. And there's actually one other person in the room who's going to be involved in that if she's still on the line. We'll see. I can't see everyone. All right. So thank you, Aileen. Megan. Oh, speaking of Megan, you're up next, Megan.
Hey. Hello, everybody. So my name is Megan Hamilton, and my company is UBU Skills. I coach women on speaking, visibility, and confidence. You're tired of avoiding opportunities because you're afraid you might sound stupid or unprofessional. I help you control your nerves, uncover some of the reasons you've been holding yourself back, and learn how to trust your intuition so that you can speak authentically and with authority. There are several ways for us to work together. I offer private one-on-one coaching as well as facilitate group workshops like I did for the WeCam program. I also have 2 courses that happen once or twice a year, Big Voices for Women and Digging Up Your Roots Using Tarot for Shadow Work. I'm also a coach on the Queen's Executive Coaching roster. All of my work begins with 4 elements: standing using Alexander technique, breathing using controlled breath to stay calm, and deep breathing to support a strong voice, speaking using your optimum pitch, and reading using a tool called text mapping. If you're
Perfect.
curious, you can. Okay. I'll drop my link in the.
I love it. I love it. And you crammed a lot into that 1 minute. Well, and if anybody, by the way, wants, well, Megan, do drop your link into the website or into the Zoom chat, because I know you provide some amazing checklists and resources on your website as well, or can get people those as well. So
yeah, okay, I'll drop my link.
Are amazing. Fantastic. All right, so well done. Thank you. All right, so I'm going to next on the list, Naomi. You're up.
Thank you. And I'm just to say I'm super happy to be here. It's the second time I can join and I enjoyed it so much last time. This is a wonderful group. So I'm very, very happy to meet you again. Then my job, I'm a personal coach, so joining my colleagues here apparently. And I work mainly with entrepreneurs, men and women, or people who want to transition from a career in the academic and become an entrepreneur. I focus on work-life balance, leadership, and entrepreneurial mindset. And well, I love people, so that's why I'm so happy to be here with you. For me, it's 3 in the afternoon, and I look forward to discovering who else is joining here. And I'll drop my LinkedIn there in the chat and my website here. And that's me.
Fantastic. Thanks, Naomi. Since the last time Naomi was on the virtual cafe, or I think you were also on maybe the LinkedIn workshop, or maybe it was a virtual.
Oh, the one before.
Yeah, that's right. And so, yeah, definitely link to Naomi on LinkedIn as well. And we had a session with Jennifer Baker on LinkedIn. I hope you are all using LinkedIn and leveraging it as per that discussion as well. Fantastic. Pleasure to meet you, Naomi. All right, so next on my list is Satira.
Hi.
And did I even pronounce that right?
Yeah,
it's
Satire.
not
Satire.
Satire. Thank you for that.
Call me.
Yes, Satire. Thank you so much. In Kingston, and we'd love to hear a little bit more about your business. Go ahead.
Hi, everyone. My name is Sunita Gupta She. My business's name is Health for All, and our goal is to help everyone have access to health services equal to others, with specific attention to immigrants. You know, when you come to a new country, you tend to learn about many different things: how to improve your education, how to find a job, how to find a house, how to open a bank account, but no one teaches you about how to access health services when you need to. And that's a big problem for immigrants, because when they are unwell, they don't know what is available, when they can access the services, and how to navigate the health service. So with this company, what I'm trying to do is helping people to learn about how to access health services.
You were right on 1 minute, Satare. Excellent job. Well done. Well done. I know Satare is involved in our leadership program with We Can. So that's so exciting. Wonderful. Thank you for that. A really excellent business model and cause as well. All right, next up is Sunita. Sorry, before we go to Sunita, someone had mentioned in the chat they couldn't message others privately, only me. Is that the case?
Yeah, that was me. When I click down to everyone, your name is the only one that comes up. I can't see any others.
Is that the case with others? I don't know why that is happening. Okay.
You have to enable that in your Zoom settings.
All right, thank you for that. Zoom changes things from 1 week to the other, and it used to be able to happen. So, okay, for today, we'll have to drop our contact information into the chat if you want to get comments. All right, Sunita, you are up next.
Thank you. Good morning, ladies. Nice to be amongst you all. And I am an aspiring entrepreneur, but we'll park that for now. Meanwhile, I'll tell you where I am working. I work with the Kingston Immigration Partnership, and I see few of you that I recognize as community stakeholders and partners that I've worked with before. What are we all about? We're a community-wide multi-sectoral partnership, and we are working to strengthen Kingston's capacity to welcome newcomers and help them integrate in the community. On a professional note and in my personal capacity, I am a big champion and advocate for diversity and inclusion. So whether I'm with the Chamber Board of Commerce or in any capacity, with several committees that I'm sitting on, constantly trying to make us a more equitable, more diverse, and a welcoming community. So pleasure to be amongst all of you.
I love it. And any of us who have sat in any sessions with Sunita appreciate so much all of the efforts that are being done right now. And it takes all of us. It takes all of us from our different corners of the community, and that's the global community to achieve what you're looking to achieve. So thank you so much for leading in that sector. All right, thank you. So Heidi-Marie, I have you up as next. And on deck, I should let people who know who are on deck. Katrina, you're on deck.
Hi, I'm Heidi-Marie. I'm with LuAna's Bookshelf. We have children's storybooks that have been created with children in impoverished countries as a means to raise money for their education. The children have been created, or the books have been created with children in the whole classroom and designed as a cut and paste so every child is part of the collection. This creates a unique bonding experience between you and your child when you read these storybooks. We're also entering into the public school system here as a way of bridging the gap between children worldwide. Heidi-Marie, LuAna's Bookshelf.
Sweet. And Heidi-Marie, where are you located? Oh, you're on mute.
I just moved to Kingston, so I'm just working on meeting some new people here. I was in Barrie for a long time. A lot of my networking.
Excellent. Okay, so could you for sure put your contact information into the chat? I probably have it on the registration, but yeah, I always like to learn where people are from as well. Fantastic. So if you've got, we have some interesting other weekend clients actually in our ecosystem. That'd be some interesting synergies that are in the children's book sector, if you will.
Well, actually, I was really interested when you mentioned the Indigenous where you are, because I have a project that I'm looking at starting up with that. And so I thought maybe at some point we could have a chat about
reach out to me offline. Absolutely. There's some
Great.
great opportunities there. Fantastic.
Thanks so much.
All right. So Katrina, my good friend from Sterling, is up next. And on deck is Elizabeth Hesp. Elizabeth, are you still on the line? Sorry, I can't. Oh, there you are. Okay, you were under my Zoom chat box. I moved it. All right. Katrina, go ahead.
Hello, my name is Katrina MacDonald, co-founder of Colasimone Marketing, which is a full-service marketing agency here in Sterling. My husband and I started our agency on our back porch a few summers ago when I was pregnant with my youngest daughter. We found out that through a networking event that there were more than 60% of businesses who didn't have a website, so we got started. Colasimone Marketing is passionate about connecting brands with their ideal clients and customers by helping them develop a relationship through their website, in emails, and in their social media. We help clients focus on what they love while we do what we love, which is simple and strategic marketing. We serve clients here in the Queenie region and all over Canada.
Isn't it virtual? Isn't it awesome? Suddenly you can serve anyone, anywhere, anytime, almost. So
yes,
fantastic. Katrina, oh, you already put you're ahead of me. You put your link in there. Fantastic. So yeah, really full service marketing firm in Sterling, which is so exciting. All right, thank you so much. And you were well within your time, by the way. I'm watching all of the stopwatch. I keep clicking it, but you girls are doing amazing. All right, so Elizabeth Hesp is up next, and Kelly Gardner, you are on deck.
Hi, I'm Elizabeth Hesp, and what an awesome group of women. I'm really feeling pumped being here. This is my first virtual cafe with Weekend, so I'm really enjoying it, and I'm going to mark it in my calendar to be present the next time. So I have a question for you. How comfortable are you with being uncomfortable? What is your change threshold like, especially in these uncertain times? Are you stressed about an upcoming career, or a business transition, or even a major life change? I invite you to take the path of least resistance and reach out to Elizabeth Hesp Coaching and Consulting, where as your transition success coach and strategist, I will help you to confidently bridge the uncertainty of your change to the success you are meant to be. Visit elizabethhescoaching.com and sign up for your 30-minute free, no obligation Q&A session with me to learn how a coaching conversation can help you find your solutions and strategies for success. Thank you.
All right, well done, well done. All right, you dropped that link. You already gave us the link, but go ahead and drop it into the chat. And while you're doing that, I am also going to drop into the chat the event that I mentioned earlier, which is Fusion 2020. I gave you the inside track that we are going to be launching a one-on-one coaching program for women entrepreneurs of color in the greater Kingston region. And I mentioned that we had 2 coaches. Elizabeth Hesp is our second coach. So Aileen and Elizabeth are our 2 coaches actually who are going to be assisting with that movement and that effort. it's just one of many programs, but we're super excited that we're going to be able to do that. And that is going to be, I dropped the Fusion 2020 link in there, and that is open to everyone. That's not just open to women of color in the greater Kingston region. It's open to anyone who wants to support businesses that are culturally diverse in our region and beyond. So definitely be a part of that. We've got a great keynote speaker, and it's a longer event, but one that's worth your time for sure. All right, so Kelly is up next. Sky, you are on deck.
Thanks so much, Carrie. Good morning, everyone. My name is Kelly Gardner. I'm an account manager with the Business Development Bank of Canada here in Kingston. We provide financing and advisory services to local entrepreneurs to help grow businesses. So basically our mandate is to just help entrepreneurs with growth plans, whether it be equipment financing, real estate financing, all range of projects. And we are a lender that is there throughout downturns, as evidenced through the latest pandemic, but also just trying to help companies grow.
Excellent. Thank you so much, Kelly. And I am remiss because I had a note to say at the top of the hour today, happy Small Business Week to everyone. And Kelly just reminded me because BDC is basically one of the driving forces of that. Correct, Kelly?
Yeah, so this year has been really different because it's been all virtual events. Usually I would have a different event to go to every day, if not more than one. So it's very strange being trapped inside, but we're making do.
Yeah. Well, I know that there are some, and even if you have a link, Kelly, to some of those other events, I know that Amelia Campbell had reached out to me earlier as well to provide a link. I think we posted on our Facebook page. There are a lot of events happening this week, which some of you might know because you've probably seen it on social as well. But anyways, happy Small Business Week to you all. I meant to mention that earlier. And thank you, Kelly, for that introduction. So Sky, you are up next, and Jackie, you are on deck.
Hi, everybody. It's so nice to be here. I love all this inspiration. It's great. I'm Sky Anderson, and I'm a pretty new business owner. I've been freelancing for the last 2 years while working full time, but with the pandemic, I made some changes and started my own gig. So my company is Up High Design Co., and it is a brand design and illustration company. I focus on branding, design packages, and digital illustration to promote storytelling and help the brand stand out. So I combined my love for drawing, illustration, and a couple years of working in marketing agencies in Toronto. So that's me.
Excellent. And well within your time. Definitely drop a link into the chat. One of the things that I noticed about Sky, I'll tell you this, Guy, I've never told you this, is that one of the things, I think it was on your social, that grabbed my attention was she does illustrations for the little Instagram buttons that appear across your Instagram screen. So I thought that was so ingenious because, you know, if you're looking for a cool way to grab people's, she brands it, and it's just beautiful. So anyways, check her out. She's got some mad skills over there. Fantastic. Welcome. All right. So Jackie is up next. Michelle, you are on deck. Is Jackie still? Oh, Jackie, you're on mute, girl. That's okay. Oh, Jackie, I can't hear you still. It doesn't show you as being muted. Okay, now it says you're on mute. Go ahead. No, I can't hear you. Is anyone else here? No. Okay, we're gonna take a pause, but we're gonna try to figure it out, and we definitely want to hear from Jackie. So let's do that. So Michelle, are you still there, Michelle? There she is, right there.
I'm here. Yeah.
Okay, and Paulette, now you are on deck, and we'll come back to Jackie, I promise. Go ahead.
Hi, good morning, everybody. My name is Michelle Deschenes, and I'm a registered dietary technologist, and my business is Ace Nutrition and Diet Consulting. So what do? I help people take the fight out of food by providing tailor-made nutrition plans and strategies to curb their cravings. So if you have a love-hate relationship with your food, contact me, acenutrition.ca.
Fantastic. Well done. That was only 30 seconds. So Megan would be proud because yeah, we worked on 30-second pitches, I think, the last time. Fantastic. And Michelle is a part of our We Can Lead program as well, aren't you? Oh, where'd she go?
Yes.
People's faces just keep moving a lot. So yeah, definitely put a link in the chat as well. And you are based in Kingston, correct, Michelle?
Yes.
Okay.
But I take virtual appointments so I can service anybody
The
worldwide.
beauty, the beauty of that. I love it. I love it. Fantastic. All right. So
Can you hear me now? Can you hear me now? Okay.
Yeah,
Oh,
yeah.
great.
Sorry, is that
There's
Jackie?
Jackie.
Jackie's back.
Yeah.
Excellent. Super excited. You're up next then, Jackie. And then on deck, Paulette, you'll be on deck as well. All right. Jackie, give me a second. Whenever you're ready.
Okay, so sorry about that technical glitch. I was chatting at the beginning, but you know, that's our love-hate with technology in this environment that we're living in. But thank you, Carrie, for creating the space to connect with this empowering group of women. I have a question. Do you work hard on the day-to-day in your business with little time to plan or dream? And do you spend your working days on your purpose, but feel disheartened about the cash flow coming towards you? My name is Jackie Costrin, and I'm the co-founder of Costrin & Co. And we've been coaching entrepreneurs for over 25 years. We're a boutique firm that through workshops, one-on-one coaching, and sister mind groups help entrepreneurs fan the flames so they can connect their purpose with their cash flow. If you want clarity, confidence, and calm in your life with a plan to make it happen, then we need to connect over a cup of coffee so your life can become aligned. Thank you.
Love that. Fantastic. And thanks to Jackie also, who provided a workshop along with Rhonda. Is it Newberg? Am I pronouncing that right? Right. Newlander. Early in COVID. So, oh my goodness, it just sort of brings back waves of, those are the early days of COVID. So thank you so much for serving the community of women in our area. We really appreciate that. So many of you have been involved and I'm so grateful for that. That's amazing. Thank you. By all means, if you haven't already, drop a link into the chat. And by the way, if you're like me, I write people's names down that are on their little squares, and afterwards I go and I link to them on LinkedIn. So we learned that right earlier, and I hope that you get a chance to do that as well, so that we can, on an ongoing basis, not lose track of these amazing women in the room. Speaking of amazing women, Paulette, you are up next. And sorry, that's as far as I got on my Zoom link. So I just have to go up and see. Because you guys have been putting in a lot of text, if you want to just now, after Paulette, who else would like to go? Thanks, I see Julia. Let me know because I seem to have lost track of a few of you. So Julia, you are on deck. All right, Paulette, when you're ready.
Okay, good morning, ladies. It's always so nice to be part of this warm, welcoming group of women. My name is Paulette Guelph, and I'm a founder and CEO of A Roots Natural Therapies. We are located in Belleville, Ontario. We research, develop, manufacture, and market scalp and hair treatment products. Now, these products are effective for treating dandruff and dry, itchy scalp. And we are very happy to have on deck right now 3 formulas in our treatment line. And I have been treating scalps and hair issues since 2002. I have another business in Kingston, Trendsetter Hair Clinic. And through that clinic, I've been treating clients since 2002. Our customer trusts our brand for effectiveness. And these products really, really works.
Thank you so much, Paulette. And for those of you, and definitely put your link into the Zoom chat if you haven't, Paulette. Paulette was a part of our Compass North program, which just ended. It was a 5-month intense accelerator for women in tech, which included science-based businesses like Paulette's. She has created the formulas for all of her products. It's a beautiful website also. I think she did a rebrand during that 5-month accelerator. So yeah. Absolutely fantastic. Well done, Paulette. Love it, love it. All right, definitely give people an email, a link if you didn't already. Okay, so all sorts of cross sections of industries. I love this. Speaking of which, Julia is from an entirely different industry as well. Julia, go ahead when you're ready.
Hi, how's it going? I'm recovering from an illness, so my voice is a bit in and out. Not COVID. I feel like it's a funny thing to say these days. Hey, I'm sick, but it's not COVID. Anyway, my name is Julia Krolik, and I lead an ecosystem of kind of three things, which include science, design, and art. So I founded and run a nonprofit called Art to Science in Canada, which puts artists in science labs and then connects the public to that work. I have my own business called Pixels and Plans, and we're kind of like Mad Men for science research. We work with government and NGOs to help them get the research out to the public or their stakeholders. And finally, I'm the partnerships director for the Data Visualization Society, and that's a US nonprofit, and we amassed over 16,000 members in a year, so, and growing, which has been amazing. I love LinkedIn. I'll put my info there, and if you want to look through my network and I can help you connect with anyone, please DM me and I will totally do that.
Fantastic. Thank you, Julia. Yeah, Julia's got, check out her website. Definitely put a link if you haven't already. It's just, it'll blow your mind.
I'll do it.
It's so, it's science, it's technology, it's art. It's like, wow, it's a symphony for the senses, let me tell you. Love it. Fantastic. Now, I'm looking at the chat. Who else would like to do their, oh, I see Catherine's hand up. Thank you so much. Yeah, let's do that as well. If I'm not seeing you in the chat, if I missed you, you are up next, Catherine. We would love to hear from you.
So good morning, everyone. I'm super happy to be joining you all today. This is an amazing thing that you guys have put on for us. So my name is Catherine Colasimone, and I'm the Director of Digital Marketing at The Small Social Company. So we are a digital marketing and advertising agency, and our motto is let's go grow together. So our goal is to help businesses of any size in any industry grow their business and online presence. So we offer social media marketing, advertising, website design and maintenance, search engine optimization services, as well as other online advertising opportunities such as Google ads, YouTube ads, and more. We'll work with you to brainstorm your ideas, come up with some creative ideas, and help launch your strategy, maintain it, and help you grow online. So your success is our success. Thanks.
Fantastic. Thank you, Catherine. You know what I love is I'm thinking about women supporting women. I mean, we love men. We need men in our lives. I'm married to one for 24 years, so I can't complain. But you know what? There is no excuse for women not to be supporting women when we hear of all of these different options we have, and talk about bringing together a community and sharing. I mean, within this one Zoom room alone, I think that there's some amazing connections here, and definitely drop a link in if you haven't already to the Small Social Company, Catherine. I should mention the Small Social Company was also a part of the Compass North program. The founder and the owner, Jules, was a part of that 5-month accelerator as well. So very cool, very cool. All right, who have we missed who still would like to speak? Do not be shy. Wave your hand if you haven't put, I'm looking at the chat. I do not want to miss anyone.
Hi, I'm Sofia Velasco. I don't know if you see my cam. Do you see it? It's
Oh,
not
Sophia,
working.
yes, now I can see it's a black box, but I know you, Sophia. Yes, go ahead.
I don't know what's wrong with my camera, but anyway,
no worries.
Yeah, I'm Sophia. I live in Northumberland County. I work with Diane, so I'm hoping.
Oh, you went on mute, Sophia. Sophia,
I worked for previously in a nonprofit organization for 5.5 years. So I done their full cycle, like bookkeeping. So there's so many things happen, you know, big transition. So I decided just to open my own and try. I'm joining this kind of webinar just to connect, learn, and market myself, because you know it's really hard how to start. But upon hearing all your businesses, I guess you need a bookkeeping at some point. So, and I'm the only one here.
Look at that. You're the only bookkeeper in the room, I think, as far as I know. Yes. Were you finished, Sophia? I don't want to cut you off.
That's all right. I'm done.
Excellent. And what was the name of your business, Sophia? Do you have a name for it yet?
Well, I have a name here, which is my initial. It's SGV Bookkeeping Services.
Okay. Do you have a link online to that yet, whether a website or a Facebook page or anything?
I haven't started any yet.
Okay, no worries.
Because I was employed, now I have to start again. But yeah, I will definitely work on
That is a familiar story that I'm sure women in the room can relate to. And the one thing I love to say, and I love it when people come in who are just in that ideation stage, or you haven't even quite started it yet. You know, never compare your beginning to someone else's middle is one of my favorite quotes, because sometimes you can look around the room, you're like, oh, I'm so overwhelmed by look at all she's doing. Look at Julia's website. She's like a rock star. But Julia started somewhere too, like, and so did all of you, right? So some of you who are in those early stages, don't get down on yourself. To say one step at a time. Every day is a new step. As long as you're just doing something every day to move that business forward. Yeah, don't compare your beginning to someone else's middle is my advice, Sophia, as you're starting out. So great, thank you so much for joining us.
Thank you.
I have, so are there any others who would like to, I see someone on the iPad and your hand is on it, but I'm not sure if your hand is up. And I don't have a name, sorry. I'll look in the chat. Does anybody else would like to go? You can take yourself off mute and just start talking if you'd like to.
Carrie, I put in the chat, but I'm not sure if everybody's looking, if we could take a picture at the end. So if anybody wants, like, we would love to post it on our social media that we're all here. So if
does somebody want to volunteer to do that?
I could take it and then send
it.
Put it in
Well,
the
let's do it right now. Actually, we can do that now. I love when people share as well. So you can leave yourselves on. Yeah, do it like Sky's doing right now. Let's just fix ourselves. I love it. Oh, excellent. Sean, thank you so much. We'll get you to go next. All right, let's do a photo. Let me just get rid of this on my screen. And we're looking at our cameras, I guess. Let's just smile. Yeah.
All right, I'll drop this one in the chat and see.
All right. Just don't wait for 100% unanimous vote for us to go ahead with it, because you'll never get it. I love it. Thanks for that, Catherine. All right, Sean, am I pronouncing that right? On the iPad, Sean, Wind and, where is it? Wind and Willows, is it? The Wind and the Willow. If you take yourself off mute, you can share yours.
Hi, sorry, I don't know if you can.
Yes, now I can hear you. Yeah, go ahead. We can hear you.
Okay, great. Sorry, I keep getting kicked out, so I'll make it. It really brief. It's called The Wind and the Willow, and I make willow. I make willow coffins. I'm pretty fledgling. It's a great option for people or a traditional burial, leaving much smaller carbon footprint, period. Also make baskets. We make willows, living willow sculpture, fences, gardens, things. So the sky's the limit, but as I said, I'm pretty new and just really want to learn more from this group.
Excellent. Thank you so much. I heard bits and pieces of that, but that's okay, because I heard Wind and the Willow, which is the name of the business. That's the important part. Sean, do you have a website that you could put into the link? Maybe you did already, or a Facebook link or anything.
Not yet, but working on it.
Okay. Where are you located?
Email address in and
sure. Where are you located, Sean?
I'm in Grafton.
In Grafton. Okay, Northumberland County. Did I get that right?
Yes.
Okay, excellent. All right. Yeah, the connection for rural can be spotty. So thank you so much for joining us. I'll definitely reach out and let's learn more for sure. Excellent. All right, who would like to go next? We do have some more time. Yeah, we do have time, so that's good.
I was wondering if I could just quickly say something that might be relevant to some folks here that don't have a site yet or a link to share. One thing you could do is you can open a Google Slides doc if you have a Gmail account, And on the Google Slides doc, you can write all of your info and make it public and viewable, and you can share that. And it's a really easy way when you don't have a website yet to put all of your stuff and share that as like your card or stuff about your business without having to like have a developer yet or whatever. Just wanted to throw that out there for folks that don't have anything to share, but should have their email, phone, and a bit of info on their business.
Great. You have the name. If you have the name, that's a starting point, right? Yeah, that's really good. Don't let that hold you back. I love that. Yeah, websites. I mean, we have some website talent in the room as well, so that's the good news here. All right. Anybody else who would like to go today? Yeah, Diane.
Sure. Yeah. I don't have my own business, so that's why I was staying quiet. Also, I've been kicked off and on about 3 times. I think there must be something going on with Northumberland County this morning because it's the connection's very bad. So hopefully you'll hear this through. But so hi, I'm Diane May, and I work at the Business and Entrepreneurship Center based out of Coburg. I'm a business development consultant, so I'm helping new startups begin their journey. And I also help coach existing entrepreneurs take their business to the next level. So one of my pet initiatives right now and that I'm very involved in is our new women's entrepreneurship program. And I'm just so thrilled that I got connected with you, Carrie, and have been able to join this group because I promote it to my group. And each call, I think we're getting more and more people involved, and we're just trying to help support women entrepreneurship throughout Ontario and see all of you become wildly successful. So I'm here and happy to be here.
Awesome. Thank you so much for joining, Diane. I know you've joined in the past, and that's awesome because this is a great opportunity to connect with someone in a small business center where Diane is, if you're looking for some of that early support, and some of you are. Be aware that in your own community, there will be those different types of organizations, whether it's a small business center, it could be Trendbell in the Quinte area, Kingston Economic Development Corporation in the Kingston area. So of course, us as well. You know, the idea is that there's an ecosystem that exists for innovators and entrepreneurs, and we'd love to help connect you to the right people. So that's the good news. Absolutely. Thank you so much, Diane. Anyone else before we go a different direction, just slightly different direction? Thank you all for staying on the call, by the way. It's nice not to just do your own pitch and then drop away. So that's good. And I don't judge anyone who did, maybe because the connections have been poor today. So it's great to see you all. All right, last call, 3, 2, 1. All right, fantastic. I think we've learned about some great businesses today. One of the things I wanted to ask is that as we move forward, do you have any suggestions for a theme for our next virtual cafe, for instance, which I imagine will be sometime in November? I'm thinking December is going to get a little bit crazy, but I'm open to doing a sort of a holiday themed one, you know, before we all disappear. However we do that this year, I'm not sure. But do you have any themes or any thoughts? And I'll review what we've already talked about in our first 3. So gosh, this will be a good test of my memory. Help me if some of you remember and I don't. We talked about networking. We had an hour session just talking about how networking has changed during COVID. We also talked about marketing and how marketing has changed. And I'm going to forget what we talked about last time. Anybody remember?
I didn't, that's the one I didn't make. The one that, yeah, I remember.
Was it LinkedIn?
No, we did a separate workshop on LinkedIn as a result of the networking one. Oh, it'll come to me. I can look it up. Are there any suggestions though for perhaps some general themes in our virtual cafes? And again, this is where we're all the experts in the room and we sort of just share ideas and notions. And while you're, go ahead.
How about financial management, like cash flow and even a personal finance? Probably some of us might under lots of pressure how to maintain the financial well-being, which is very foundational for the
Yes.
success of your venture.
I love that, Whitney. Absolutely. You reminded me, I now remember, the last one was on funding and where to find funding, but that aspect you're talking about is different. It's about the daily. It's sort of, we had a workshop last week on financial forecasting. I hope some of you got to see it. But this idea of, I think that's a really great idea. Any other thoughts on themes, whether it's for the next one or for a future one? So we have financial, how did you put it? Financial well-being. I love that idea.
Or you can call a working capital, which a lot of people short on the working capital. They are under a lot of stress.
Yes. Cash flow.
Yeah, cash flow.
Yes.
Yeah, about cash flow. And for us who just started their own business, how do we pay ourselves? How do we know what to put aside for taxes, and how much do we pay ourselves? That kind of stuff.
Lots of tax consideration. Should you get paid as employee, or should you take it out as your like a dividend, which is a very different tax percentage?
Yes, I love that idea. Okay, so hearing that loud and clear, I also think there might be a workshop in there that we could pull out to bring in an expert and to do a separate workshop. Yes, thank you for that. Any other thoughts along those lines or along different lines? If that's where everyone's head, I'm sure not every, it could depend. Dividends. Okay, thank you. Yeah.
Carrie,
Yeah.
I'm always getting requests on, keeping your momentum, especially as things continue to be so challenging in some areas with closures and whatnot, mandated closures. So keeping the momentum and the infamous, gaining clientele. Doesn't matter what stage your business is at. Like I know we've done one on marketing, but it's just something that's, you don't have a business if you don't have clients and customers. So, it's I think marketing, discussion on gaining clientele is always useful.
That idea of lead generation, like always generating leads, etc.
Yes.
Yeah.
Yes.
Okay.
Mm-hmm.
Okay. I like that.
I agree with that suggestion as well. I think when you look at all the resources that the government is pumping out, municipal, federal, provincial, everybody's trying to put money into helping businesses stay afloat. But the key thing I think is, if we don't have the customers to support that help that you're getting, it doesn't matter. It's like throwing money into a bottomless pit. So I was asked this question a couple of weeks ago by one of my clients who is a counselor on the Belleville, Kingston City Council. And he was asking me what we need, like, what do I think we need? And I thought, the government is doing a lot. All the governmental agencies are doing a lot. But I think we need to do, among the communities, need to maybe step up a little bit more, support more small businesses. And I think that is really a key area that we should focus on. How do we get the buy-in? How do we get the support from our community so that we could leverage what we're getting from the government and make it work so that we could stay in business?
That's absolutely key. You're right. That I hear that loud and clear.
Carrie, in other, it's Jackie. I know you're looking all over over here. In a lot of these conversations that I've had virtually, so it's networking, but we're looking at each other's picture instead of being in the room together. We've had a round table, and Michelle, I don't know if she doesn't look like she's here anymore. We've had an opportunity in these conversations to bring, I'll call it a challenge forward. I'm having this challenge in my business, and ask of the group if they have a solution or a connection to a solution. And it's meant to be a little ask. Oh, Megan, you've been in conversations with me on this. Yeah, thank you. Your head nodding reminded me. So it's meant to be a little ask, like someone could ask, I need somebody who can help me with X. And it would just take me a minute or two to connect them to that resource. So it's not meant to be a big ask or a lot of time. It's meant to be that sort of easier connection or a little bit of a leg up to get somebody in the right direction. So I've done round tables where it's been very helpful.
That's a great idea.
Yeah. So, yeah.
I love that. And for anyone who's, go ahead.
Sorry. Yeah, Megan, you've done that too, right?
Yeah, I was going to suggest that as well. Even like coming to the table with a small, like a skill share, like I have this to offer if anybody needs this, and I am looking for X, and somebody, sort of like what we do at Fem City.
Those be done in breakout rooms where you can pair people up and send them off, and then people can have.
You organize the exchange outside of the group, but
Okay.
you sort of go in a circle and allow whoever. I mean, this is when we're sitting in a circle, but you sort of allow whoever has something to offer or needs something to speak, and you just go through everybody and
okay.
And can I ask, when you say to offer, is it to offer as for sale, or
no, like as an exchange?
An exchange, okay. Yeah.
I mean, there's simple things. It's often, I need someone to help me with this part of my business development, or and so we all have connections, like just sitting around. I don't know if people noticed in the chat, but just listening to this group, I know of a business that's in transition with social media. So listening to Catherine, I can make a connection, right? So it's just that kind of, when we share, we often can help each other, really straightforward. And it's little challenges that are obstacles, but can often be removed quickly.
Yeah.
I love that. And also Sophia mentioned, from the bookkeeping point of view, we have a lot of people looking for bookkeepers, and you know, if we know of people to suggest, for instance. Okay, great. Sorry, I was cutting someone off. Go ahead.
Oh, sorry for cutting you off. My question, do we have an online forum, online group we can post questions and people can see, and then they connect with somebody, offer help and ask for help, like just virtually?
That is an excellent question, Whitney. By that, are you suggesting like a Slack or a Facebook group or what?
Yes, any online virtual group is good, so that people just post a simple question. Hey, anybody, I need this help.
I really love that. It's something we've definitely been talking about at Weekend, and we've sort of been going between, I know a lot of people have used Slack, but there's a lot that haven't. And so those who love it a lot. Those who haven't heard of it just don't get on it in the first place. So Slack has been something we definitely have considered. The other is a Facebook group.
Facebook, yeah.
Which most people have a Facebook account, and they might not love Facebook, but at least they know how to use it, so there's not a learning curve as an obstacle. And I almost wonder if, and you guys let me know what you think. By the way, I'm not losing sight of the financial well-being. I've already made a note of, I think that would be a great workshop. But if we had our next session, sort of like an ask and give, which is what SheEO calls it. I don't know if you're familiar with SheEO. Which isn't a great organization. We went to their global summit in Toronto right before COVID hit. And there was a live ask and give, which was incredibly impactful and effective. So if we had a virtual roundtable, as Jackie was saying, like here, where people come with something maybe that they have to ask, maybe they have something to give, and hopefully both. And then some people might just want to listen, and that's okay. And then perhaps and then we launch that, maybe a Facebook group where people can, on a regular basis, as Whitney mentioned, post regularly, not a page. If those of you are not familiar, the groups are different than pages because they're more interactive. So that is something we've definitely been talking about, and I could get that in place before next month as sort of the place to try to launch that. And perhaps a Slack channel could come out of that once more people are familiar with it. I'm just concerned with Slack that people aren't as familiar with it. But I'm looking at the time too, noticing also we're live. So thank you for those really wise suggestions, everyone. Yes, go ahead, Sky. I saw your hand up, unless you were waving goodbye. Oh, I think she might have been waving.
Yeah.
Okay, I'm going to put my email, which you guys should have anyways, because you would have gotten the Eventbrite link for me today. But I've put my email there. If anyone has any thoughts, even after the fact, about this, or leads of speakers, for instance, who might be able to fill some of the gaps that have been mentioned today. This type of feedback for me is really valuable, because A lot of times we create workshops based on 1 or 2 or 3 requests, but this is a really great sounding board for us. And hopefully for you to see that, hey, I'm not the only one who's struggling with XYZ, for instance.
Yeah.
So anyways, thank you so much for your comments. Any other comments before we sign off today that anyone else would like to throw out there? I see we're losing people as people get ready for their 11 o'clock Zoom calls.
Yeah.
Any other thoughts? Well, hearing none, I will say thank you so much for joining us today. And by all means, reach out to me if you would like a copy of this recording today. If you want to get a copy or a link to our YouTube channel where all of the other ones are also listed. It has been a pleasure, and I apologize if I haven't kept up with the chat as well today. But I hope that you guys have been seeing the comments there. And thank you so much.
Thank you.
Yes, go ahead, Jackie, you have a comment?
I have if everyone looks in their chat feed where the word everyone is, there's 3 dots on the far right side.
Yeah.
If you click on them, it gives you the opportunity to save chat.
Yes. And if anybody wants a copy, I can also save it because as the recorder, I get a copy of the chat. So if you want a copy of that chat today, it will all be there for you. See what you, those are the bonus things you get by holding on to the very end of the workshop or the session. So yeah, if anybody wants a copy of the chat, you can do as Jackie has indicated or reach out to me and I'm happy to provide it to you. All right, thanks everyone. Have a fantastic week. Take care. Bye all.
Thanks. Bye.
Thank